Namaskaram. This is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel Ashok Biology Concepts. Now I am going to start with the gram staining. Actually, what is the purpose of gram staining? As we know, bacteria broadly classified into two groups: gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacteria. That I discussed. How can we discriminate? How can we discriminate or differentiate between these gram positive and gram negative bacteria? That is by gram staining. Before going to tell the gram staining, first you have to take the sample. Like any sample you take, like soil sample you can take, urine sample, feces sample. Any sample if you take, definitely the sample containing of both gram positive bacteria and also gram negative bacteria, but are more or less. So now how can we discriminate these two groups based on the staining? Now, for example, on a slide, this is a For example, this is a gram positive bacteria. Positive for gram positive. This one is a cell wall. What I said, cell wall of gram positive bacteria made up of thick peptidoglycan. Okay. Comes to take, this is a gram negative bacteria. I will signify this is a negative. What I said, cell wall of gram negative bacteria consists of, along with peptidoglycan, what I said, it consists of lipopolysaccharide. You have to remember lipids. Along with that, cell wall of gram negative bacteria consists of pores. Yes or no? After making the sample on the slide, first we have to add the primary stain. This is I am calling as a step 1. That is adding the primary stain. The primary stain is crystal violet. Crystal violet. When you add the crystal violet, this crystal violet, after adding, you have to leave for 30 seconds. This crystal violet enter into the cell wall of both gram positive and gram negative bacteria. As a result, this is a gram positive bacteria. That crystal violet go and insert associated with the cell wall of both gram positive and gram negative. This one, these are the pores, crystal violet. After adding the primary stain, these both bacteria, both gram positive and gram negative bacteria, both bacteria took the crystal violet. Both bacteria appear in the violet color. Violet color. Okay, after primary stain adding, just you have to wash with the water. For what? To remove the excess crystal violet. Okay. After that, next one is a step 2. The very important step. Add iodine solution. Iodine solution. Iodine solution acts as a mordant. Means the one which determines the gram staining is a iodine solution. When you add iodine solution, this iodine go inside the cell wall, then it associated with the crystal violet. Before that, this is a gram positive bacteria, crystal violet, iodine complex. What I meaning is that iodine makes the very strong combination, strong bond with the crystal violet. Now this is a gram negative bacteria. Okay, this is a cell wall. What I mean, this is a crystal violet iodine complex. This is a pores. Okay, after adding the iodine solution, iodine go and strongly binds with the crystal violet. Now both gram positive and gram negative bacteria still remain in the violet color. Yes or no? Violet color. Okay, the next step 3. After adding the iodine solution, we have to wash with the alcohol. Wash with alcohol. When we wash with the alcohol, first you take the what it called as a gram negative bacteria. When you are washing with the alcohol, alcohol can easily enter into the cell walls of gram negative bacteria. Why? Because of the presence of pores. Because of the presence of pores, alcohol can easily enter into the cell walls of the gram-negative bacteria. Once alcohol entered, the cell wall of gram-negative bacteria consists of lipids now. Those lipids get solubilized in the alcohol. Then continuously when you are washing, that those cell wall only lipids only containing crystal violet and iodine complex now. When you are continuously washing, what happened? Lipids get solubilized in the alcohol. Then when you are washing, that alcohol will come out after solubilizing. Along with the alcohol, who is coming? Lipids are coming now, because lipids get solubilized in now. In the lipids, what are there? Crystal violet iodine also there now. That crystal violet iodine also will come out. That means after wash with the alcohol, this gram-negative bacteria lost that crystal violet. That means it become a colorless. Now you take the gram-positive bacteria. Here what happened? This, when you are washing with the alcohol, that alcohol much cannot penetrate into the cell wall of gram-positive bacteria. Why? Because of the absence of pores. So even small quantity of alcohol can enter, but because there is no lipids cannot, because no lipids, there is no chance to get solubilized. That automatically what happened? Because first thing is that alcohol cannot enter because of the absence of pores. Even because of the absence of lipids, automatically what happened? The alcohol will come out. Here the important thing is that this iodine and crystal violet complex, this iodine inhibits coming out of the crystal violet from the cell wall of gram-positive bacteria. That is why iodine is very important. After alcohol treatment, what happened? This gram-positive bacteria remains the crystal violet iodine. That means gram-positive bacteria remains in the violet color. Gram-negative bacteria become colorless. The next one is the step 4. That is adding the secondary stain. That is a safranin. Here what happened? Gram-positive cell wall already saturated with the crystal violet. Further, it cannot take. That means gram-positive bacteria remains in the violet color. Because gram-negative bacteria lost crystal violet from the cell wall, automatically this gram-negative bacteria can take the safranin. When it takes the safranin, this gram-negative bacteria appear in the pink color. That is why what I said, this gram staining used for differentiation of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. And at the end, gram-positive bacteria appear in the violet color, gram-negative bacteria appear in the pink color. Now I am going to explain about mesosomes. Here these mesosomes, for example, this is a cell wall. Okay? This is the outside. This is a cell membrane. Actually these mesosomes are the extensions of the cell membrane. This one is a protoplasm towards the inside. So I am going to make like these mesosomes are foldings. Remember foldings, I will explain. Foldings of plasma membrane towards protoplasm. You need to understand. That means these are the foldings of plasma membrane towards the protoplasm. For example, this is the cell wall, this is the cell membrane, this like this one. This is the towards the protoplasm. Why I mentioned towards the protoplasm, you know? Some foldings in some fungi, some foldings are present towards the cell wall. Those are called as the lomasomes. In order to discriminate from the lomosome, I am telling towards the protoplasm. Then these mesosomes associated with most of bacteria. Instead of most of the bacteria, these you can call heterotrophic bacteria. Heterotrophic bacteria, because most of the bacteria are heterotroph. Whereas some of the bacteria only autotroph. That put one side. Mesosomes are associated with most of the bacteria, most or heterotrophic bacteria. These mesosomes are different foldings. For example, here I showed like vesicles, different shapes. Right? For example, cell wall. This is a cell membrane extension now. For example, like this. These are also mesosomes. These are called as a tubules, in the form of tubules. For example, it is cell wall, it is cell membrane. These are like this. These are called as a lamellae. What I'm meaning is, these mesosomes are in the different forms like vesicles, tubules, lamellae. They are towards the protoplasm associated with the most of the bacteria. Okay, na clear now? Now, I am going to tell about the function of mesosome. Here, to understand the function of mesosome, so for example, you go to the eukaryotic cell. In eukaryotic cell, cytoplasm containing one organelle called as a mitochondria, as we know. What is the function of the mitochondria? Mitochondria generates the energy by aerobic respiration. Okay, na? Now comes to the prokaryotic cell. Is it prokaryotic cell containing mitochondria? Absolutely no. Because what are said? Prokaryotic cell not at all having the membrane bound organelles. Now I am asking you, without mitochondria, how prokaryotic cell generates the energy? Definitely that function belongs to mesosome. So these mesosomes are a site of respiration, definitely aerobic respiration. Through respiration only, they generates the energy. Indirectly, what I meaning? Mesosomes are the functional equivalents of mitochondria in prokaryotes. Because in order to explain very clearly, mesosomes are site of aerobic respiration means what? In the mesosomes, in protoplasm glycolysis will occur, but in mesosome, Krebs cycle and electron transport chain occur. That means the enzymes of the Krebs cycle present in the mesosome. That is why what I said, mesosomes are the functional equivalents of mitochondria. Along with that, these mesosomes also involve in DNA replication, helps in DNA replication, and also helps in cell wall formation. It helps in, these mesosomes helps in secretion. That is why mesosomes are very important structures in the prokaryotic cell. These mesosomes involve in the respiration, DNA replication, cell wall formation and secretion. That is why I am concluding these mesosomes are very important in the respiration. They are functional equivalents of mitochondria in prokaryotes. Now similar thing I will tell you like chromatophores. Similar thing, you can easily understand. Chromatophores also foldings of plasma membrane, exactly like a mesosome, towards protoplasm. Till now okay na? Here what I said, mesosomes associate with most of the bacteria are heterotrophic bacteria. But chromatophores are associated with the autotrophic bacteria. Autotrophic bacteria like cyanobacteria. You are understanding the difference now? Mesosomes associated with the heterotrophic bacteria. Chromatophores associated with the autotrophic bacteria. That is like a cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. Here comes to the function of chromatophores. Important chromatophores for the NEET exam. What is the function means? If you want to understand the function of chromatophores, first you go to the eukaryotic cell. When I tell autotrophic, definitely you take the plant cell containing a chloroplast. What is the function of chloroplast? Chloroplast is a site of photosynthesis. Yes or no? Now you comes to the bacteria, cyanobacteria. In the cytoplasm, cyanobacteria containing a chloroplast? Absolutely no. But without a chloroplast, how these autotrophic bacteria, how these cyanobacteria carry that photosynthesis? That is a chromatophores. These are chromatophores containing photopigments. That is why these chromatophores are the site of light reactions of photosynthesis. Light reactions of photosynthesis. Now exactly remember, here I can tell or normal. Chromatophores are the site of photosynthesis, I can tell. With this one, what you can conclude? Chromatophores are the functional equivalents of chloroplast in bacteria. Comes to this mesosome, mesosomes are the functional equivalents of mitochondria in prokaryotic cell. You exactly remember, chromatophores are the site of light reactions of photosynthesis. The remaining parts of the prokaryotic cell and the detailed explanation of the eukaryotic cell going to explain the next parts. If you like and understand these concepts, subscribe and forward to your friends. And if you have any doubts, comment below. Definitely I will respond. Thank you.